one of the first things I ever did when I got an opportunity to have a solo show is essentially a scientific experiment. I created these works. They were widely ranging in subject matter, everything from cowboys as flamenco dancers to naked women. And I put them all in the room, and then I passed out these cards over the course of the show, asking people to go to the painting that they felt the most drawn to go to and explain what they thought that it meant, what they saw happening in those paintings. And I got such an incredible wide ranging perspectives. One of the paintings is a nude laying in the water, uh, just complete frontal nude floating in the water. And one woman wrote that this painting is an abomination to God. And another woman wrote, "This is what freedom looks like to me." So how can the same exact painting evoke such two widely conflicting perspectives? I can tell you now, had I told them on the plaque what the painting was supposed to mean, it would have influenced their thoughts unfairly in reality. And what I learned is that that kind of thing happened throughout all of the paintings. Everyone had these like wide-ranging explanations of what they thought the paintings meant to them or what they thought the paintings were supposed to be saying. And what that experiment told me is that if I can infer in my work and not be too literal in it, and also kind of deny the temptation to over-explain literate, put the paragraphs there, that essentially what will happen is that the people who come to view the painting will bring their self to the painting. And what those two women said about that painting told me so much more about them and who they were than it had anything to do with my work. That was about who they are and where they are in their lives. And that says to me that my work was very wide open for interpretation, which is exactly where I want it to be. I don't want it to be literally spelled out, bore you to death. This is exactly what's happening here. I want it to be that almost mysteriously vague, but yet still complete. Not abstract or missing something in terms of just like splashes of color that are supposed to represent a concept. So I want to take it further than that, but I also don't want it to be such so literal and rendered that everybody would come up and say, "Oh, this is exactly what it means," and they would all have the same answer. Because if you can open your work up like that and leave it so that people can come in and put themselves into it, that's where connection happens. That's where someone who sees themselves in the work says, "I have to bring this home. I must own this. I need to live with this piece. It needs to be a part of my life." So if you spell it all out, you shut that door, the door gets narrower and narrower and narrower if you over explain.